What club was that at?
That was admit that a lot of people don't even realize they.
I've called her. She hasn't responded. I've called her more than a few times.
But the Zulu Nation, I'm like, what the hell is this? I know nobody know what I'm talking about. You'll leave me on the island by myself. I don't know what the hell Bishop's talking about. That's what y'all do. Then after class, yeah, I knew what you were talking about. I just don't want to be caught out there. The hell is this? Get on my damn nerves. So read that again.
It's also the whoredom that goes on in our communities. You know how many young sisters is pregnant at 14? Do you know how many young sisters, if we stood up and said something, we could stop teen pregnancy. If we stood up and said something, we could stop black on black crime. But we act like it ain't our business. I'm gonna mind my business. That's why we on the damn bottom. That's why we on the bottom, because we refuse to stand up and say something. So God gotta ask that daggone question. Read it again. Who will rise up for me against the evildoers? Or who will stand up for me against the workers of iniquity? God says, who's going to stand up for him against the workers of iniquity? Who's going to do it? You got, I see a bunch of strong, strength-wise. Brothers is mighty, big, strong. I see y'all strength-wise. But spiritually, we are broken as a people. Spiritually, we are broken. We are broken. So we're here to build up our people's spirit. We are more than just helpers and handmaids and butlers and the cleaning crew and the cleanup crew. Now, we're more than that. We're the sons and daughters of the living God. I'm looking at the precious daughters of Zion right here. I'm looking at the mighty men according to the Bible. God says, y'all need to stand up. We need to stand up for our people. Where's that at? Show me another group that's standing in the hoods of every part of this country, every part of this world, teaching our brothers to stand up. Only Israel United in Christ. Ain't nobody else doing it. Nation of Islam ain't doing it. Christianity ain't doing it. None of these other places are doing it. They're teaching our men to be weak, to fall behind the woman. Hey, brother, you being too loud, brother, you being too rough, brother. That's how men talk. Men talk with natural aggression. Guess when we like that aggression? We like it on the football field. We love the aggression then. We love it in the military. We love the aggression then. But when brothers are dealing, oh, brother, you being too aggressive. Nah, man, it ain't us being aggressive. We're talking because we are men of God. We are men of God, and we want our people to stand up. We want our people to hear. Hey, I got a question. What did you eat today, bro? What did you just eat? Funnel cake. Funnel cake. What'd you get? Nothing?
No, this is for my sister.
Okay. All right, cool. So, question. Do you know what today is?
Saturday.
It's Saturday. According to the Bible, what day?
Saturday.
It's what?
Saturday. I just found out.
Very good. Very good. On the Sabbath day, there's no buying, no cooking, no selling, and no working. So good. We found that out today, right? So here's what we have to do. If we want to stand up for God, God just asks, who's going to rise up for him? We want to stand up for God, right? When the Sabbath come in, make sure you don't come to these events buying and selling. That's what we got to do. Listen, it's not even a hard pill to swallow. I want to say a hard pill. Well, it's not a hard pill to swallow. It's a pill we just have to swallow. That's not even a hard thing. Because all you got to do is stay in the house. It's harder to come out here than it is to just stay in the house. You understand? Give me that. Exodus 20. Read that. Exodus chapter 20 and verse 8. Remember the Sabbath day. Now, why would God have to say, remember the Sabbath day? What were we going to do? Huh? We was going to go out and do it. What's another word for it? We would forget. So, here is God's commandments. The Sabbath day is the seventh day, created in Genesis chapter 1, right? God is telling us, even though the Sabbath was already created, he's telling us, remember the Sabbath day. Because we were going to forget. Because they were going to put together events like this. They were going to put together all kind of rallies. What's the biggest sale day of the week? Saturday. It's always Saturday. Saturday got the most sales in every single store across the country. Why do you think that is? Because they want you to be in sin. Buying and selling on the Lord's Sabbath day is a sin. And the longer we stay in sin is the longer they continue to rule over us. That's what we don't know. So, jump to Nehemiah. Let's see. Or Exodus 16, is it? About boiling, cooking? Exodus 16:23. Thank you.
Exodus chapter 16 and verse 23. And he said unto them, that is that which the Lord hath said. Tomorrow is the rest of the holy Sabbath unto the Lord.
So now here it is. The Lord is talking to the children of Israel in the wilderness on Friday. The Lord is talking to Moses. Moses is talking to the children of Israel, which is your foreparents. We the children of Israel. He's telling them on Friday. He's saying, listen, tomorrow is the holy rest of the Sabbath. The holy meaning we shouldn't be working on the Sabbath day. He's telling this, tomorrow is the holy rest. Tomorrow is the holy Sabbath. Go ahead.
Bake that which ye will bake today.
So he says on Friday, he's telling them, bake whatever you have to bake today. Go ahead.
And sieve that you will sieve.
Sieve means to boil. They said, okay, so bake what you have to bake on Friday. Boil what you have to boil on Friday. Go ahead.
And that which remaineth over, lay up for you to be kept until the morning.
So he says, whatever is left over, eat some now. But whatever's left, keep it until tomorrow. Why? Because there's no cooking on the Sabbath day. Make sense? So the Lord gave us a day of preparation, which is Friday. We prepare. That's when we do our grocery shopping for the weekend. That's when we get things in order so that we don't break the Lord's Sabbath day. Just because they have these events don't mean we got to go. With every brother that stands up is when they'll stop having these events breaking God's Sabbath. Because nobody's going. God is waiting for us, so-called blacks and Hispanics, to stand up and say, you know what, we're not doing that no more. We're not going to break the Sabbath no more. We're not going to do these things anymore. Why? Because God says it's a sin if we do it. Go to Nehemiah. Let's see.
Nehemiah chapter 10 verse 31. And if the people of the land bring ware or any victuals.
So it says, if the people of the land, if the people of the land bring ware, meaning, stuff that you wear, clothing, if they bring ware or victuals, which is what you have, food and drink and things of that nature, right? If they bring it
on the Sabbath day,
which is today, if they bring things like clothing, pottery, food on the Sabbath day
to sell,
to do what?
To sell,
which is what we see right now, right? They're selling right now. What does God say we shouldn't do?
That we would not buy it of them.
That's what God said. That's a simple commandment. God says when the people bring food, vendor trucks, clothing, and they're selling it on the Sabbath day, he commands so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans not to buy it. That's a simple thing. Guess what? If they out here tomorrow, I'm going to get some. But on the Lord's Sabbath day, we have to be a standard among all people. Say, why those brothers ain't coming and buying my stuff? They don't support black business? Hell yeah, we support black business. But we support God first. On the Lord's Sabbath day, we're not going to support any business. We're not. Why? Because God commands us not to buy or sell on his holy Sabbath day. That's a simple thing. But if they was out here yesterday, I would have been there. If they out here tomorrow, I'll be there. But on today, I have more reverence for God than I do for my own stomach. Y'all understand that? Go ahead.
On the Sabbath or on the holy day?
On the holy day. Let me ask you a question. Does anybody know about any holy days according to the Bible? Any holy days? Y'all believe in the Bible, right? Everybody believe in the Bible? What are some holy days according to the Bible? Here's what I want to say. The Christian church is failing our people. Y'all do know that, right? Does anybody doubt that? Okay, at least we don't have doubters. Because these are simple things that we're supposed to know. Do you know what high holy days Jesus kept or followed or observed? Didn't Jesus keep the Passover? He did, right? Do we keep the Passover? No, we dress up for Easter. Y'all understand that, right? But we're supposed to be followers of Christ. That's what we say that. as so-called blacks. We in church every Sunday saying we follow Christ. So why is it that we don't do what Christ did? Christ kept the Passover, therefore we should be keeping the Passover. Christ kept the Feast of Tabernacles, therefore we should be keeping the Feast of Tabernacles. Christ never kept Christmas. He kept the Feast of Dedication, which is called Hanukkah. You ever heard of Hanukkah? Hanukkah is actually your high holy day. It's not the Jewish man. Actually, I'm looking at the real Jews right now. Y'all are the real Jews. It is not those people over in Israel. You all are the Jews. And they took your heritage and gave you everything else. We're not supposed to be celebrating Christmas, our birthdays. God gave us more holy days in the Bible than they give us here. Look, everybody gonna be happy because in a week or so they got Juneteenth. Oh, we got it as a federal holiday. No, Juneteenth. No. I understand the observance. But it ain't got nothing to do with what God talking about. God gave high holy days, and we don't know any of them. But everybody know next week is Juneteenth. Everybody know that. You see how backwards we are? The whole earth is out of course. Give me that in Psalms 52. I think it's verse 6. And Pentecost is next week. The Feast of Pentecost is next week. But nobody knows that. But on the 16th, Juneteenth. On the 16th is Juneteenth. But on the 11th or 12th, on the 11th and 12th is the Feast of Pentecost, which is a holy day that God gave. We got a Psalms 52 and 6. The whole earth is out of course. 82 and 6. I'm sorry. 82 and 6. How y'all doing, family? All right. We want to show y'all something real quick. Psalms 82 verse 6.
Psalms chapter 82 verse 5. They know not, neither will they understand.
So it says the children of Israel, they don't know. Neither will they understand. Here's the thing. Some of you are going to get it as we're reading it. Others are not going to understand. But our hope is that even if you don't understand, you say, you know what? Let me give them brothers a call. Their number's on the flyer. Let me find out where their school is and go learn. Let me ask some questions. I'm standing here in front of them. There's questions. Listen, if y'all been going to church, I know you have some biblical questions. You have to. Or you don't read the Bible. Go ahead.
They walk on in darkness. All the foundations of the earth are out of course.
God says everything you see is out of order. So, like we just made mention, today is the Lord's Sabbath day. Today is a day of holy convocation. So the term church, first of all, the term church was the children of Israel in the wilderness. They are the church. The church has nothing to do with all nations coming together to hear the word of God. That's not biblical. According to the Bible, when you read Acts chapter 7, it's the children of Israel that was in the wilderness with Moses. That is the church. That's number one. Number two, the Sabbath day is the day we're supposed to have a holy gathering. It's not Sunday. Sunday was instituted by Emperor Constantine, the worship of the sun. It's called the Sun Sol Invictus. So now we changed the Lord's Sabbath day to Sunday, but it's really an observance of the sun. Has nothing to do with the Lord. Sunday is the first day of the week. God said he made the seventh day of the week holy. Y'all see the difference? You look at your calendar right now on your phone. The first day of the week is Sunday. And every calendar, because the Gregorian calendar we follow in the time of Christ, that's the same calendar we follow now. The first day of the week is Sunday. God made holy the seventh day of the week, which is Saturday, or Sabbath, or Sábado in Spanish. Sábado means Sabbath. You see, he speaks Spanish, right? But my point is, God says everything that you see is out of course. So everything, this buying and selling on the Sabbath is not supposed to be. Us worshiping on Sunday is not supposed to be. Us treating each other like we're on the bottom. No, we're the greatest people on the planet. No, when I see y'all, I don't see my enemy. When I see you brothers, I don't see my enemy. I see Christ in y'all. That's what the Bible says. But what we do is we see the enemy in each other. That's why we rob each other. That's why we gun down each other. Because they taught us to hate ourselves and each other. That was institutionalized. Read that again. The whole what?
The whole earth is out of course.
The whole earth is out of course. Why we walk around with our heads hung low? God said we greater than everybody on the planet.
That's right.
Deuteronomy 7:6 again. We have to read that about 20 times today.
Right.
Deuteronomy 7:6. The whole earth is out of course. Let's read that again.
Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God have chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
You heard that, young man? God says the children of Israel are above all people on the face of the earth. But what we do is we fight for equality. We do, right? We march for it. We rally for it. We go on social media. We type about it. We want equality. That means you're lowering yourself to be like everybody else. God says you're above everybody. You don't see that beautiful form my brother got? That's what I'm talking. That's a natural thing that God put on his head.
That's right.
Christ, look, come here, let me show you something. Come here, I want you to see something real quick. You see this image here? Now, this is a depiction of what the Bible says. Now, is this actually Jesus Christ? No. But here's what I can tell you. It's definitely not him.
That's right.
Right? Because this is who they put in our churches, right? These images. But he's described like this. He's described like you. Let's prove that out the Bible. Revelation chapter 1, verse 1.
Bring it up.
Revelation
Listen good, my auntie.
chapter 1 and verse 1.
Mom? Okay, sorry.
The revelation of Jesus Christ.
Here is the revealing of Jesus Christ. Now, Revelation is the last book of the Bible, right? It completes and culminates everything. It rounds everything up and sums it up in that one book, right? Here's what's revealed about Jesus Christ. Verse 14.
His head and his hairs were white like wool.
So, it was white in color and woolly in texture. So when you look at this image, as is described, you see white, woolly hair. That hair looked exactly like yours, brother.
That's right.
Exactly like yours. But guess what? It gets even better. Keep reading.
As white as snow.
So it says white as snow.
And his eyes were as a flame of fire.
His eyes were a flame of fire because what was Jesus' first miracle? He turned water to wine, right? The Pharisees even mocked him and said he was a wine bibber, meaning he was a drunk, but he was not a drunk.
Right.
So when we sip something, Ma, our eyes, the whites of our eyes turn what? Turn red, right? See, you got it, right? So, and it says in Genesis 49 that it's a prophecy, the Messiah will be red with wine. But go ahead.
And his feet.
Is what?
And his feet.
So when he looked down and he saw Jesus' feet. John the Revelator saw Jesus' feet. And what did he say about Jesus' feet?
Like unto fine brass.
Like what?
Fine brass.
Now, brass is a derivative of brown, right? It's a derivative of brown. But let's see. Does it get lighter or darker? Let's see.
As if they burned in a furnace.
So anything you burn, if you, Mama, you ever burned white rice? Back in the day, it was a long time, right? But you burned white rice before. Does it get lighter or, don't worry about the camera. Does it get lighter or darker?
It's darker.
It gets darker. Which is, so you understand that, right? So here we have a very dark-skinned man with woolly hair. Wait a minute. I'm looking at an exact replica of the Messiah right now.
That's right.
I'm looking at a son of God right now.
That's right.
And here's the thing. Nobody would ever tell you that except the Israelites.
That's right.
What pastor has gone into the Bible and told our brothers, our young men, they are the exact replica of Jesus Christ?
Bring it out.
See? Mama like, nope, that has never happened. Never, ever happened. Well, let's get that. Daniel 7. Let's see how God looks. Because the Lord is in the Bible as well. Most High is in the Bible. Let's see that.
Daniel chapter 7 and verse 9. And I beheld till the thrones were cast down, and the Ancient of Days did sit.
It said Daniel is being shown the Ancient of Days, meaning he precedes the days. Who's that? Who precedes days? God. He created the days, right? So here Daniel is able to see, the Lord is allowing Daniel to see him. And he said the Ancient of Days did sit, meaning God has to have a what to sit down? A chair, but what has to go into the chair? a butt, meaning he has a body. You understand that? So it says the Ancient of Days did sit. So he was sitting. So he had a form. He had a body, right? But keep reading.
Whose garment was white as snow.
So he had on a garment. He had on a coat. See how you have on a white shirt? That's white as snow. He had on a white garment, white as snow. Go ahead.
And the hair.
And the what?
And the hair.
And the hair on his head.
Of his head like the pure wool.
Wait a minute. Hold on. So God hair was the pure wool, just like yours. So he didn't have a low cut like I do. He had to have his hair showing like you do. Right? So God has your hair. Jesus the Christ has your hair. I'm looking at the Son of God right here.
That's right.
But guess what? You have to also understand that. That. So this is why we out here. So your questions, you should be asking questions because you go to church? On occasion. What they teach you in church? Okay. Turn the other cheek, love thy neighbor. Your pastor white? Okay. So he's teaching you love thy neighbor, turn the other cheek. Is he giving you what that means? So love thy neighbor. Let's start with that, right? Let's start with that. That's actually from Leviticus chapter 19. And we'll show you that one real quick to show you. Remember, we just read the whole earth is out of course. The whole earth is mixed up, right? Mama, you want a water? You good? Okay. Leviticus 19.
Leviticus chapter 19 and verse 17. Thou shalt not hate thy brother and thine hurt.
Now remember, in Leviticus, this is Moses in the wilderness with the children of Israel, right? They just had the Exodus. So he's giving them the commandments from God. He said, all of you, you're not to hate your brother in your heart, right? Makes sense, right? Go ahead.
Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor.
So it says, in every way, you're supposed to correct your neighbors, right? But who is he talking to? The children of Israel in the wilderness. Keep that in mind. The context is he's talking to a specific group of people at a particular time, right? Go ahead.
And not suffer sin upon him.
So we were going over earlier about the brothers need to stand up and start instructing our young sisters in our community to stop coming out dressed like that. Because there's pedophiles in this thing right here. You realize that, right? There's sex traffickers in here. So why do we allow our young daughters to come out in these little leotards and little shorts and stuff, showing off their little behinds to grown-ass men that's kidnappers and that's rapists and that's pedophiles? We need to stop doing that. We need to stand up as men and say, listen, no, go home and put on some clothes. Right. You're not coming out the house like that. They get mad, so what? Right. You're trying to save them. Right. You understand? You're trying to protect them. Very good. Right. So that's what it says to rebuke thy neighbor and not suffer sin upon them. You got to correct them that they don't fall into sin. Go ahead.
Thou shalt not avenge nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people.
Wait. Remember, above it told you to love your neighbor. Now it says, don't bear a grudge or avenge any of thy people. So who is the neighbor? Not the person living next to you. But read that line again.
Thou shalt not avenge nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people.
Of all people.
Of thy people.
What people are they talking to? The children of Israel.
That's right.
So when a pastor teaches to turn the other cheek and to love thy neighbor, he's talking about anybody that lives next door to you. But that's not the context in which Moses gave us. Right. He was talking to the Israelites, telling the Israelites to love one another. Right. And not to hate one another, right. Not to hold grudges against one another. Right. Who needs that more than the black community? Everybody needs that? So you're telling me the white man needs to learn how to love his own neighbor? No. Say again? They need to learn that. They need to. So what do we need to learn? I'm talking about us. What do we need to learn? How you doing, brother?
Hey, how you doing?
Good. What do we need to learn? Love who?
Ourselves.
Okay, love ourselves, and who else?
Us as a people.
Okay, very good. I like that. Good. But here's go to Psalms 56 about they should have not kept the word. You got a flyer? Did we give you a flyer? Here you go. I got one for you. Because you seem like a very intelligent young man, and I know you got some questions. Look, turn it over. On the back is our website, is our email addresses, social medias, our school. We have a school in Riverdale. Reach out to us. Because I can see, Mom, I know you proud. He seems like a very smart young man. But here's the thing. We can't keep giving our children over to lies.
Right.
You understand? Because there's so much that you or dad can do until these institutions grip the minds of our youth, and then there's no turning back. Where they will love the oppressor far more than they love any of their own people.
Right.
That's where we've gone wrong. You understand? So reach out, brother. Reach out. All right.
My name Dwayne Rivers.
Dwayne Rivers, how you doing, man?
I'm doing fine, man.
Good.
Hanging in here.
So what we doing? We teaching our people according to the Bible. There's a lot of things that we're doing wrong as a people.
Right.
We're doing a lot of things wrong. But the only way we're going to learn what's right is to hear the word of God being brought out truthfully without any agenda. Ain't no tithing, what you call that? Trays over here.
Yeah.
We ain't asking for no donations.
No, you just teach the word of God.
That's it, right? So our people have to change their ways.
Right.
All right?
But it takes God to do that.
It takes what?
God to do that.
Okay, so in what way?
In His way.
Okay, so meaning if God told you something, we need to do it, right?
Right. Obey.
Really, right? Okay, give me that Habakkuk. Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 18. I want you to hear this real quick because you just made mention, you said, God gotta do it, right? And
Right.
when he wrote it, we gotta do it. That's how it trickles down from God to the prophets to us, right?
Right,
Okay.
right.
So we're gonna read one of the prophets who God spoke to directly and gave him his word for his people. Okay, read.
Okay.
Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 18. What profited the graven image?
So here's what I want you to think about. It says, what profit is the graven image? A graven image meaning something. Anybody got a Zondervan's? No? It's a molded image that a carver took time to carve something out.
The image of.
An image of something, right? Very good. This brother smart. Go ahead.
That the maker thereof have graven it.
So somebody made it, right? Go ahead.
The molten image.
So somebody melted it because it was metal.
Like gold.
They melted it down and made it into an image. Very good. Go ahead.
And a teacher of lies.
But ultimately, it's a teacher of lies. Okay, so now I got a question. Give me Psalms 135, verse 19. So right now on your chest, you have a cross. So someone melted that material, took a tool, and engraved it into a cross.
Right.
But so you agree?
Right.
What does the verse say that is? A teacher of what?
Right.
Okay, go back to it.
Image.
And a teacher of lies.
Yeah.
It look like it's starting to click to my brother. So we walk around with the cross as a symbolism of Christ.
Right.
But Christ never told us to wear a cross.
No,
He didn't. He never told us that.
He didn't.
Nope.
We wear it because we feel like that is Christ.
Right.
In our own image.
Very good.
His own image.
Okay.
But we wear it to represent, but God didn't say that.
God never said that. He said it's a teacher of lies. So what should we still be wearing those?
Not really.
Okay. So what you gonna do? You gonna still wear it?
Don't start wearing it.
You gonna stop wearing it? Oh, when you gonna stop? Later on when you get home, or give me Deuteronomy 7:25. Let's see what God. I'm gonna help you out. Because remember we had to help our people.
Yeah.
Because I remember when I was on that side at one time where you're standing.
Right.
And I didn't know anything. I thought I knew the Bible.
Somebody teach you.
Somebody. See, I like that. Somebody had to teach me.
So you teach somebody.
And here's what I realized. When I read it in my Bible, I'm like, I didn't know that was in there. I didn't know. So that's what the term ignorant means. Ignorant is just unaware or without the knowledge. So I didn't know. So now we're giving you the knowledge, we're giving you the understanding, so there's action that must be taken on your part now, like I did. Right? Okay, let's read that.
Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 25. The graven images of
What?
the graven images
Here it goes right back to the graven image. There it is again. Go ahead.
of their gods shall ye burn with fire.
See? Woo. Woo. He said, throw that cross into the fire and burn it. But it gets better. Keep reading.
Thou shalt not desire the silver or gold.
Whoa. That looks like silver to me, don't it? God is very specific. He knows our people better than we know ourselves. God says, don't desire the silver or gold. Because guess what? Somebody either brought that to you or you went into a store and saw and said, man, that thing looked good. We desired it, therefore we bought it. Or somebody showed it to us and like, man, let me get that cross. We asked for it. God says, don't desire it. Because it's a teacher of lies. Keep reading.
That is on them, nor take it unto thee.
So it says, neither were you supposed to take it. Somebody could offer it to you. God says, you're not supposed to take it. You saw it in the store, don't take it. Because it's a teacher of lies. Go ahead.
Lest thou be snared therein.
Therefore, if you take it, you follow now their belief system. That belief system now believes that we all are equal. We all come together. There's no oppression. We're not on the bottom. We're all equal. Love everybody as you love. No, all that's lies. Jesus ain't white. I'm going to tell you that right now. This is the devil the Bible speaks of. Jesus Christ is not a white man. Jesus Christ is not a white man. I'm going to say it again. Jesus Christ is not a white man. So the cross that you're wearing and that our people desire is a teacher of lies. Let's keep reading up real quick. I got you in 1 second.
For it is an abomination.
What does God say about the image?
It is an abomination.
God says it's an abomination. It's an abomination. He said, don't desire the silver or the gold thereof. And my man, you got on a silver one right now. He said, God said it's an abomination. Keep reading.
To the Lord thy God.
Not to us, but to who?
To the Lord thy God.
God says it is an abomination to him, but it's also to us, but mainly to him. Go ahead.
Neither shalt thou bring an abomination into thine house.
Wait. So should you wear that back to the house? So what you going to do? Hey, you know what? Keep the chain. Take that cross off and toss that thing, man. Toss it. We have nothing to lose. What do we have to lose as a people? We have nothing to lose. We've already lost it all. We've lost our heritage. We lost our nationality. We lost our God-given minds. God says, take it off. Don't bring it to your house because you're bringing an abomination into your house. Now, before today, it was out of ignorance. If you do it now, it's out of rebellion. Two different things. There was mercy for ignorance. There's no mercy for rebellion. All right, read that again.
Neither shalt thou bring an abomination into thine house.
Whew. So what this is talking about, I want you to take a look. You see the cross right there on his neck? The Bible's talking about that. It's a graven image. God says he's not supposed to bring that back into his house. He's supposed to burn it with fire. He's supposed to get rid of it, toss it, because it's an abomination. You understand that? You got a cross at the house too? You sure? All right, good. Yeah, go ahead, brother.
Now, he also said that now, when you speaking of what you're speaking of,
Yes.
only way you know it, the Bible do say, study, show thyself approved. So you
Okay.
have to study the
Yeah,
word
absolutely.
to give the word.
Right.
So that's why I said that what you're teaching me,
Okay.
I didn't know.
Okay,
but
good.
I know now because I had to hear it.
Okay.
Because I know about it because you studied it.
Very
and you
good.
read it, and then you can teach other folks.
Good.
And I like it.
Okay,
Right.
let me show you something. Acts 17, verse 11. Acts chapter 17, verse 11. The book of Acts, the Acts of the Apostles, chapter 17, and look at it, verse 2. Yes.
Acts chapter 17 and verse 11. These were more noble than those in Thessalonica, in that They receive the word with all readiness of mind.
So when we teach our people, a lot of them will receive the word with all readiness. They're like, man, I didn't know that, like you just said, right? But let's see what you have to do.
And search the scriptures daily, whether those things were so.
So as you just made mention, study to show thyself approved, right? So we had to search the scriptures every day and night to see if what these brothers brought out was true.
Because people do come up and say things,
Mhm.
and I'm not begging to get religious,
Mhm.
but you got some Jehovah's
Okay,
be different.
okay,
Because why? They do not know the knowledge of God.
okay. You know why Jehovah's Witnesses speak different? Because it's a white man's religion.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
I'm gonna show you right. Hold on, hold on.
You're right.
Let's prove it. Is it the bottom one?
No, you right. Now you know what? You said mouthful.
Where is it?
Yep.
Every Christian denomination you can think of was started by a slave master.
Right.
Okay.
You right now.
So Baptist was John Smith in 1608. 1608, we were still in slavery.
Okay, Joe.
So the Baptist church, what church is that right there? Methodist church. Oh, that's a white person's church right there. The Mormons, 1830 by Joseph Smith. Ellen G. White started the Adventist Church in 1863. Charles Taz Russell started the Jehovah's Witness in 1872. Charles Parham, the Pentecostal Church in 1901. So all the religious systems that we think about was all started by the slave master. And we were still either in slavery, fresh out of slavery and Jim Crow, black codes, you name it. We had no power.
No.
So they gave us religion.
Yep.
God never did that.
No.
God says, you're the children of Israel. You must keep his commandments with faith in his son, the black Messiah, Jesus the Christ.
That's right. One thing about Israel.
Okay, tell me something about Israel.
It's like what you said about the cross.
Uh-huh.
Ain't seen now war cross.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
No, I ain't seen that.
Yeah. Because, come here real quick, one of y'all. You see this right here?
Yeah.
Look at this right here. You see the
That's
menorah?
who is it?
See the menorah? The seven-branch candlestick? Guess
Yeah.
what? That's your symbology.
Yeah. That's right.
That's the image that the Lord gave. He never gave the cross. Never. Never.
No, I never knew that symbol with the angel when they had it. Like
Oh, yeah, the Ark of the Covenant. Yep, the cherubims.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Now those are things that the Lord commanded to be in the temple.
Right.
But the cross wasn't there. My point is this. Let's not go to the other images. Let's deal with the one that you're wearing. The one that you're wearing has nothing to do with the Lord.
What is a nation? Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is children with role models.